Drone sightings have been reported over every continent except Antarctica, and the White House addressed the drone issue today for the first time under Donald Trump.
Here we go. So, Dr. Greer and this new guy who came out of nowhere in the form of retired U.S. Air Force Brigadier General Blaine D. Holt spoke with a journalist from Newsmax as to what the hell's going on with the drones. He was pressed on, basically, why are we not getting disclosure in January, Dr. Greer, which I think is a good thing to do. We need to be pressing these guys when they make claims like that as to why.
I know there are people at home shaking their heads saying, Dr. Greer is full of it. We were waiting for this disclosure.
Yeah, me too.
What is this disclosure?
Well, the disclosure will be an affirmative amount of evidence about the fact that we're not alone. Some people call them alien. They're called now non-human intelligence. I think the part of it that's in question is where they release the information about the reverse engineered craft that are man-made. The majority of objects we've seen are man-made. A lot of the objects that were drones that couldn't be explained as normal drones that people see were certainly not alien. They were these very advanced technologies, as they're called, or ATs, that the aerospace companies have developed over the last 70 years or so.
His response was very simple. There's a delayed disclosure because Jake Barber was advised by the IC, that's the intelligence community, not to release everything he knows yet and do it over a slow drip period over the next 12 months with the new incoming administration. That's the Trump administration.
It's the tip of a very large iceberg. And what he was asked to do by the intelligence community is to release that more slowly over the next year in preparation for the new administration and intelligence officials to set up a platform for all this coming out with full detail.
They also go on to talk about the majority of objects are man-made. And I'm not talking about man-made drones with propellers. I'm talking about ARVs. That's reverse engineered tech from ET.
I know that what they have is an enormous amount of information. It's on a blockchain system I can't talk about.
Okay.
It's extensive. It will include retrieval of non-human craft. I know they also have a human craft that they've imaged that are reverse engineered.
So that's what we're seeing, apparently. Now, I'm going to go into a bit more detail about this retired US Air Force Brigadier General, but he does not ramp about this guy. He is like Carl Nell. He is not... I've never seen this man before. I'll walk you through what this man has done in a minute. So again, when we talk about credibility, I mean, you don't get much better than this. They then talk about the White House being lied to by someone that's informing the president or giving the president misinformation. So there's someone in the chain that's giving the president the wrong information about this drone situation, which we know, because obviously these were not FAA approved. That's why they shut down the airspace, obviously. So that doesn't make any sense either. Brigadier General Blaine D. Holt then talks about Caroline Leavitt, saying that she's an upstanding individual, very respectable, and is a very trustworthy individual. And she's not the one passing on the misinformation, it's someone else, which is good to know. This definitely involves earthly powers, again stated by Brigadier General Blaine D. Holt. So there's a recurring theme here that these are ARVs, and they look alien because we've reverse engineered the tech. So we really need to be aware of that. We need to make sure that is, set in stone. Okay, so again, these are claims that are being made by a very, very, very high-ranking individual. I can't stress enough how important it is to have someone of this rank coming forwards out of nowhere, by the way, absolutely out of nowhere, saying the things he's saying. So I'm going to be spending a lot more time doing some digging into this guy. But let me just read to you what this man has done. General Holt graduated from the University of Georgia in 1988. There he was commissioned and designated a distinguished graduate of the University of Georgia's Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps. The General's command experience includes 376th Air Expeditionary Wing, Transit Center at Manas, Kyrgyz Republic, and the 16th Airlift and 817th Expeditionary Airlift Squadrons. General Holt's combat leadership in Kyrgyzstan during multiple crises, including a coup d'etat and ethnic violence, were deemed essential by the commander at U.S. Central Command. Key assignments include a previous posting as the Director of Logistics, United States European Command, a military fellowship at the Council on Foreign Relations, and Director of the Air Force Secretary and Chief of Staff's Executive Action Group. General Holt is a command pilot with more than 3,900 flying hours, not as much as me, in a variety of aircraft. His dissertation, written and defended in Dutch, was awarded a with distinction honour at the Royal Superior College of Defence in Brussels. He has published a variety of papers across a range of national security issues and is a life member of the Wings Club and the Council on Foreign Relations. Now, I don't know about resumes, but they don't come as squeaky clean as that. So have a listen to what this man says about what this is in general.
I think the White House is operating off of a truth that they've been given. I find Carolyn Levitt to be a woman of integrity and honor, and I think that the information that she's been given is inaccurate. I agree with Dr. Greer. I absolutely do not refute that there are extraterrestrials and that more will be coming out. However, what I will tell you is that the FAA can't produce the licenses, the Part 107 licenses for all of the drones that continue to fly over our skies this night. Some of them the size of RVs and cars. Wait a minute. The Chinese definitely have RV-sized in their CH-10 and their CH-7 series drones. So what we need to do is we need to dive into who's misinforming the president this early on in his administration. We need to route that out. We need to find out what's going on across this nation, because I'm going to tell you right now, Rob, it's just the tip of the iceberg, and it's part of something much bigger, and it's going to keep on, and it definitely involves earthly powers, not extraterrestrial ones.
I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. I mean, this guy has come out of nowhere, literally. So really the attention is on this guy, because I've never seen that many medals on a man's chest. You'll see the picture. It's ridiculous. All of the distinguished things and, that whole stuff down the side there, it's a joke. Like, it might as well be in a cartoon, it's that big. So overall, disclosure will be happening this year. That is the general gist of what's being said here, is that it's going to be a slow drip feed for the next 12 months until we get the truth. That's it for now, guys. Stay tuned for more. You'll be hearing from me very soon. You heard it first from DK, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.